When parents walk into the dojo for the first time, they often ask me the same question. What exactly is Shotokan Karate, and what is so special about it? To answer that, we have to go back in history, not to competitions or medals, but to purpose. Because before karate became a discipline for character development and a way of life, it was first a method of survival. You see, karate was developed and practiced by the people of Okinawa as a practical system of self-defense. It was not created for attack or domination, but as a means to protect oneself and one's family in an environment where weapons were not always available or permitted. It grew organically among people from many walks of life: farmers, merchants, craftsmen, and sailors, each responding to the realities of their daily lives. As a result, karate developed different emphasis in different areas. For example, in the area of shuri, practice leaned towards structure, speed, and decisiveness. In naha, it cultivated rootedness, controlled breathing, and close-range power. In tomari, it reflected lightness, adaptability, and mobility. These were not opposing systems, but rather complementary expressions of the same intent, which is effective self-defense governed by self-control. It was from this landscape that a gentleman by the name of Gichin Funakoshi, born in Okinawa in 1868, emerged. He was not a warrior by nature, but an elementary school teacher and a deeply educated man. He studied under some of the most influential karate masters of his time, including Anko Azato, Anko Itosu, and the lineage of Sokon Matsumura. Each represented a different expression of Okinawan karate, shaped by background, temperament, and purpose. Funakoshi Sensei did not treat these teachings as separate or competing. Instead, through years of disciplined practice and reflection, he synthesized their essential principles into a unified methodology. Now, as a side note on the subject of reflection, Funakoshi Sensei was known to take long walks through the pine forests of Okinawa, where he would sit quietly, reflect, and write poetry. He often signed these poems with the name Shoto, Sho meaning pine, and To evoking the sound of the wind as it moves through the pines. To me, Shoto can be translated as whispering pines, the gentle voice of nature speaking through movement and stillness alike. All of these elements would ultimately shape the methodology of his way of karate. When Funakoshi Sensei trained, karate was still practiced quietly, passed down from teacher to student behind closed doors. It was not public, not commercial, and for sure, it was not concerned with victory or defeat. It emphasized guidance, repetition, discipline, and personal responsibility. At the turn of the 20th century, the veil surrounding karate gradually began to lift, and Funakoshi Sensei took an active role in this process as he taught karate not only as a means of self-defense, but as a form of physical and moral education, capable of strengthening both mind and body. Well, it was not abstract philosophy, but rather lived experience. As a school teacher, he witnessed the gradual erosion of the youth, young people drifting into destructive habits and losing their sense of purpose. At the same time, he observed that those who committed themselves sincerely to training in karate had developed restraint, clarity, responsibility, and a strength of character, allowing them to remain grounded while others slowly withered. Recognizing this, Funakoshi Sensei decoded the elements already present within karate and revealed them as a coherent methodology for character building, one aligned with a universal moral principle, that strength must be governed by respect, and that how we act toward others should reflect how we wish to be treated ourselves. In this way, karate became not merely a martial discipline, but a lifelong practice for shaping the human being. Karate became Karate-Do, karate as a way of life. In 1921, while traveling through Okinawa, Crown Prince Hirohito witnessed a karate demonstration led by Funakoshi Sensei. The impression it left was lasting. The following year, in 1922, at the request of the Japan's Ministry of Education, Funakoshi Sensei was invited to Tokyo to present karate at the National Physical Education Exhibition. That moment changed everything. He did not simply demonstrate techniques. He showed the world a way of thinking in Karate-Do rooted in discipline, humility, and self-mastery. Karate was originally written as To-de, meaning Chinese hand, acknowledging the historical exchange of knowledge between Okinawa and China. Over time, Funakoshi Sensei deliberately changed the character for kara. Instead of meaning China, it came to mean empty, forming the word karate, empty hand. But empty did not only mean without weapons. It meant something deeper, an empty ego, an open mind, a willingness to learn, to listen, and to improve. This idea lies at the heart of Shotokan. Character matters more than strength. Control matters more than speed, and real progress begins with humility. When Funakoshi Sensei came to Tokyo, he was hosted by Jigoro Kano Sensei, the founder of Judo. Kano Sensei recognized the value of karate and encouraged Funakoshi Sensei to integrate structure into its teaching. From this exchange came the uniform system and the use of belts. These were never meant to inflate ego or compare children. They were designed as guideposts. Children need structure. They need to know where they stand, what comes next, and how effort leads to progress. This sense of structure creates calm, and calm allows confidence to grow. That is true in karate, and it is true in life. Shotokan, as we recognize it physically today, was also shaped by Funakoshi Sensei's son, Yoshitaka Funakoshi, also known as Gigo Funakoshi. He was young, dynamic, and physically powerful. Under his influence, Shotokan developed longer and lower stances, stronger posture, and deeper balance. Lightning speed movement. These changes were not about aggression. They were about stability, about standing strong, staying grounded, and being ready without tension. This physical expression supported the same inner goal: calm strength, controlled movement, and unwavering balance under pressure. After the 1922 National Physical Education Exhibition hosted by the Ministry of Education, Funakoshi Sensei was invited to teach karate at universities across Tokyo. Over the years, he developed generations of students. Toward the end of the 1920s, his senior students came together, funded, and built his first dedicated dojo in Tokyo. They named it the Shotokan. Kan meaning hall or place, the hall of Shoto, the place of Shoto. Shotokan was never meant to be violent. Funakoshi Sensei famously stated that the ultimate aim of karate is neither victory nor defeat, but the perfection of character. That is why training emphasizes fundamentals and kata. These practices develop patience, focus, and self-control. These are not only karate skills, they are life skills. By the time a student is ready to apply techniques freely, they have already developed discipline, awareness, and responsibility. Sparring, also known as kumite, does not come first. Character does. Today's children face constant distraction, pressure, and uncertainty. Shotokan offers something increasingly rare: stability, a clear routine, a calm environment, a structured path for growth. Confidence in this system develops naturally, not from praise, but from progress. Children learn that effort matters, that patience has value, and that improvement comes from consistency rather than shortcuts. There's one question going around among parents, and myself included being a parent. I've asked this question before, and I'll ask you: how does your child respond to structure? Especially when structure feels challenging for them. Do they resist it, struggle with it, or perhaps need it more than realize? Does your child have opportunities to practice focus and patience? Not perfectly, but gradually. Learn how to wait when others are talking, listen, and improve step by step. In a world of instant rewards and constant stimulation, Do you see value in your child learning delayed gratification, where effort comes first and results come later? And finally, do your child's activities help them understand responsibility toward others, learning that their actions have consequences? That awareness, control, and respect are essential when interacting with people, not just rules to follow. Sometimes the experience speaks louder than words. Shotokan Karate-Do is not about learning how to fight others. It is about learning how to stand with oneself, calmly, clearly, and with purpose. Os.